welcome to my channel. I'm Anne and today I'm going to be bringing you my full moon readathon vlog. So it is the 1st of August, which means it's the start of the full moon readathon, and it's created by readathon. I talked about this a little bit in my August TBR, but basically we have this beautiful board where we have to collect characters, and each character has 3 prompts and we're going from there. So I'm going to be focusing on the zombie and the werewolf, I'm pretty sure is what I said. No, the mummy. I think it's a mummy. Yes, the mummy and the werewolf. But I'm going to be reading a lot of books throughout the month, so I'm hoping that maybe I'll be able to take some off throughout the next couple of weeks. So I've got my TBR here. I've got a main stack of books here and I'm very excited. So the first one is Once We Flew by Nikki Lee. Then we have The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo by Stieg Larsson. I'm going to be listening to this on audio starting from tomorrow probably, because I need something else to listen to at work because I'm kind of over my podcasts. Then we also have Bride by Ali Hazelwood, and then Die For You by Lauren Jackson. So I think because I have a few other things that I need to read that's not part of this readathon, that I might start with Once We Flew by Nikki Lee. So this is a short sci-fi novella. On the back it says, 4 generations ago, a generation ship crashed into the sands of Savine. Since then, its survivors have eked out an existence in the planet's hostile desert. Yet the tech is failing, the sands are encroaching, and people are dying. Rescue is still generations away, if it comes at all. But Marissa is a survivor and an outcast. Infected with the chrysalis, a disease that grants its carriers uncanny abilities, she keeps her distance from her dwindling community, until an old friend's dying wish sends her and a young boy across Savine's inhospitable sands in search of something Marissa had thought she'd long forgotten: hope. So I'm very intrigued by this. This is an NZ author, so I'm very excited to read this. And I love that my nails are now purple to match the book, but that is very exciting. So yeah, I definitely think that I can maybe fly through this evening. And yeah, I'm very excited to start this vlog. And I definitely think I'm going to start this one, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, tomorrow on audio. And I will come in tomorrow with an update on what's happening with this one, because it seems like there's a lot of information in this one. So we'll see how we go. And I will give you an update when I've got an update. It is Friday. It is day 2 of the full moon readathon. I didn't finish this last night. I don't know what happened, but I'm only 32 pages into this, but I'm really enjoying it. So we're at a point now in the novel where we've pretty much gotten to the point where the synopsis ends. And I really like our main character. She has this disability because of the chrysalis. So she has this limp, she has a walking stick, and we're following her as she has been told that she needs to go and find their way home. She has these really uncanny abilities, and yeah, I'm enjoying it. The atmosphere is really great within here. I really like how the world is being described, and I really like that we're getting little snippets of our main character's past and kind of understanding who she is and why she is the way that she is, which I think is great, especially for only being 32 pages in. I'm really enjoying this. Yeah, and I'm very excited to continue, so fingers crossed that I will finish it tonight. No, not fingers crossed. I'm definitely going to finish it tonight, and I'll come and update you. I also didn't start the audiobook of this today. I just wasn't really in the mood, but I'll definitely be picking up one of these books over the weekend as well, which I'm also very excited about. But I'll update you with all of my thoughts on Once We Flew by Nikki Lee, and then whatever I pick up when I pick it up. But yeah, I just filmed my July wrap up, so that is done. So I will have to edit that over the weekend and get it uploaded for Saturday, and then also film my Tuesday video, whatever that is going to be. I don't remember. I think it might be 5-star predictions, but we shall see. Anyway, I am going to stop rambling about my plans for the weekend and get some reading done, because this is a readathon, not a talkathon. So let's go. Okay, it's time for me to update this vlog. It is now Saturday. So I went to the gym this morning, spent a couple of hours at the gym, and then I came home and started working on editing a video that's going up that's gone up today, and then also working on some Instagram posts for the coming week. But last night I did finish Once We Flew by Nikki Lee. I didn't update last night because we actually had a power cut, so I didn't want to drain the battery on this. But I gave this 4 stars. I really liked it. I really liked our main character. I really liked how much work the author put into researching someone who has chronic leg pain, and I really enjoyed just kind of figuring out what was happening within this world. Now, this is a short novella, so obviously we don't get a lot of world building. We don't get a lot of character development or anything like that, but I did really enjoy it, and I would really like to see more from this world. I found the world to be very unique and intriguing, and I really liked our 2 characters, Marissa and the side character. I don't really want to say too much else about it because it is so short. It is only 93 pages, so if I say too much it's going to spoil a lot of things, but I did really like it. I really liked the setting that we're in. It's kind of like this desert where there's lots of sandstorms, and yeah, I just did really enjoy it. So what I'm thinking of doing is actually changing my TBR as usual, but I do want to pick up a Psalm of Storms and Silence by Roseanne A. Brown. You can walk. I did start this the other day, but I put it down, but I do really want to pick it up. It is one that's been on my TBR for quite a long time. I keep putting it on my TBR every month and then not reading it, so I definitely think that I should pick it up. So this is the sequel to A Song of Rights and Ruin, and I don't really want to talk too much about this one because obviously it will spoil book 1, but in book 1 we are following Karina, and she is the princess, and her mother has just been assassinated. So she is trying to revive her mother, but the way she has to do that is to kill a king and take his heart. So she decides that with this tournament that's happening, that she is going to give her hand in marriage to the winner of this tournament, and she will then kill him to get his heart. Then we're also following Malik, who is on a journey with his sisters trying to find a better life, and during that journey his sister gets kidnapped by a demon, and to save his sister, the demon gives him a deal that if he kills the princess Karina, he will get his sister back. So it's like this enemies to lovers sort of thing where they're both trying to kill each other, and I had a great time with it. I read this during I read book 1 during Jante's Inferno reading vlog, so I will link that up above as well for you to check out. But yeah, I do think that I should definitely continue with this one and get into it, because if I don't read it now, I'm never going to pick it up. So I'm going to do that. And yeah, I also have another book that I think I might read in this vlog, which is something that a bunch of my friends have been talking about. It's like this short smutty novella thing that everyone is laughing about and having a great time with. So I think I might pick up that and tick off the prompt of a book with humor. So I might do that as well. I'll let you know. But anyway, I'm going to start reading because it is 3:20 and I haven't read anything today. So let's do that. I read this. It's called Mr. Giggles, The Interdimensional Love Clown by PK Sapphire. It's 14 pages and it is the most weird but entertaining smutty clown read that I've ever read, that I'm probably ever going to read. I'm not into clown smut, but guys, this takes off the prompt of a book with humor, because I thought, why not? It is for the clown character, so why not read some clown smut? This is a 2-star read for me. It was terrible, but so entertaining. My friend Brie from Bookish Obsession on Instagram, I'll link her Instagram down below, she's been getting everyone to read this in her group chat, and my god, this is the funnest. I'm gonna cover up the balloon object, But this is like the funniest thing. I have done live reactions on my Instagram in a story highlight, so I'll also link that down below if you want to see my live reactions and you kind of want to get a feeling for what this book is about without actually reading it. It took me like 15 minutes to read. It was the funniest thing. I was pulling the weirdest faces. It was so odd, so odd, but it was funny. And I decided to just pick it up because why not? I'm also still currently reading a Sam for Storms and Silence. I'm having a great time with that. I am about 200 pages in and I'm really enjoying it, so I will definitely be updating you as I continue to read that. I did have to finish off another read this morning that doesn't count towards any of these prompts because I was reading it over the last couple of days, so I was definitely reading it before the readathon, so I didn't want to just add it in because I was very far into it. So yeah, that is my update for this morning, and I will give you some proper updates on some better books as I read. But although time for another update. So I am currently still reading a Sam of Storms and Silence. I don't know why I can't get that right, the title, but I'm really enjoying it. So I'm currently on page 304. I'm having a great time with it, but I have a great time with it. I'm really enjoying following Malik and Karina. They are both on their separate journeys and we're watching them really struggle, but also trying to deal with the consequences of what happened at the end of book one. Obviously I can't talk too much about what's happening in this one because I don't want to spoil book one for you, but I am still really enjoying it. The world is just beautiful, the writing is stunning, there are so many things that I'm highlighting, like I'm tabbing it up. I'm really loving it. It is great and I'm having a great time with it. And I really like the mental health representation within here. Malik deals with a lot. He's gone through a lot throughout his whole life and his childhood, and I really relate to that. And I also really like that certain things within this world really reflect what's happening right now in the world, and I think that's really important that we are seeing that within stories as well. And this is a YA novel, so I do think that if like younger teenagers or things are picking these types of books up, it's really important that they see that this is happening also in our world, you know. I do find it to be quite amusing and funny. There is a lot of humor within this. I do have a great time with it, so I am going to be continuing to read this, but it is the start of the literature readathon tomorrow, which means I'm going to have to move into reading some romance books. So I'm going to start a new vlog for that, so I'll be jumping between two vlogs, which is going to get quite hectic, but I'm excited to start with literature. I've got quite a few books to read for that too, so I'll update you when I've got some more updates. Hello, it is Tuesday and I didn't update you last night just because work has been stressful and I don't really want to talk about it, but I didn't really want to be in front of a camera, so I just didn't update. But I continued with a Sam of Storms and Silence by Rosanna A. Brown, and now I am currently 373 pages in and I'm having the best time. I'm really enjoying Karina as a character and Malik. I'm really enjoying the things that they're dealing with, the kind of figuring out who they are and who they want to be, and I'm really enjoying seeing their stories start to merge again, because for the majority of this book they've been separate, but I'm really enjoying seeing them merge together. There's been a lot of action within here too. We're meeting quite a few different characters, which has also been great. I'm really liking the LGBTQIA plus diversity within here as well, and I'm just having a great time all around with it. So I'm hoping I might be able to finish it tonight, if not definitely tomorrow, but I'm really enjoying it. I also started The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo by Stieg Larsson on audio, and I am on chapter 13, which is about 214 pages in. Now, I don't know how I feel about this. I feel like this story is very I mean, I'm kind of curious as to what's happening within the story, but I also don't like the writing. The chapters are very, very long. I am listening to it on audio, so it's not too bad, but yeah. So I'm on chapter 13, and we're following three main characters. We're following Heinrich Wenger. He's the head of this Wenger Corporation, and he has been haunted for many, many years about a relative of his who he saw as a daughter was murdered, and he believes it was someone in his family. Then we're also following Mikhail Bloomfest, who is a journalist, and he's kind of gotten himself into a bit of trouble, so he is not in his job at the moment, and he gets hired by Henrik to try and figure out who killed this person in his family. And then we're also following the girl with the dragon tattoo. Her name is Lisbeth, and watching her, I'm not really sure what her storyline is at the moment, but she is sort of like a private investigator for this security company. She's very, very smart, but she's also autistic, and she is under the care of this person. Due to her autism, she has been deemed unsuitable to take care of herself, so she has this guardian that has to take care of her. But she's very smart. She does really good reports in her investigations, and we haven't kind of seen her storyline merge with Henrik and Michael yet, but I do find that this is quite misogynistic. I don't like the way the women are described within this story. I don't like certain words that are used in here. So as I've said, Lisbeth is autistic, but some of the words that are used to describe her I really, really don't like. So we've got the R word in here, which I really, really don't like. I don't like seeing that. I really don't like how the author has really spent so much time describing Lisbeth, and how like she's got these tiny boobs and she's really skinny and she looks anorexic, but she's not anorexic, and it's just gross and I don't like it. But I am kind of intrigued to see where this story is going to go. So I might continue with it, but I'm not 100% sure. I feel like there is trigger warnings for sexual assault, because we are dealing with this within this story as well. And I feel like it's going to get much worse from here, because Elizabeth is being targeted by a predator, and I don't think it's going to end well. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I've got a really good one, not so great one, but we will see. This might end up being a 2 or 3 star, but it will be another book that's off my shelf that I've had on my shelf for years, so that is the good thing. And then hopefully I can pick up another couple of books within this vlog. So that is my update for tonight. I'll update you tomorrow or this evening, later on tonight, if I have any more updates, and mainly whether I finish this or not. We'll see, but I'll talk to you very, very soon. Honestly, it seems like I'm ending up updating every second day, but again, another stressful day at work that I didn't really want to be updating you last night. But I've got some reading updates. So I finished my 2 books. So last night I finished Sam of Storms and Silence by Rosanne Brown. I gave this 5 stars. This is an epic conclusion to the end of this duology. I really, really loved Karina and Malik. I love these 2 characters. This has become one of my favorite series. I really, really love this. The magic is wonderful. The world building is great. The writing is stunning. I tabbed it up. There's so many beautiful quotes in here. There's so many things that get explored within here. Trauma, abuse, manipulation, standing up for yourself, becoming the person that you're supposed to be, becoming the person that you want to be. And there's just so many amazing things within this. I really, really enjoyed the conclusion, although it was a little bit of a sad conclusion, but there was also that light of hope that we go through. Obviously, this is the end of a series where there's been a lot of action and battles and people dying and people going through a lot, so obviously towards the end of this book, not everything has magically come back together and everyone's happy. Like, this is a war that's happening within this, and I think that it is really realistic that we see that it takes time to rebuild. And I think that is really realistic. Like, it ended in a happily ever after, but also with a realism of, look, things aren't perfect right now, but this is the perfect time to stop this book without it carrying on. I would love more in this series, but I just really, really love how this ended, and I'm definitely going to be picking up more from this author. I don't think she's come out with anything else since this, but I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye out because it's stunning. Beautiful, 5 stars. If you haven't read this series, I definitely recommend it. It is by a POC author. There's lots of POC rep within here. There's so much in here, and LGBTQIA+, and it's just amazing, and I definitely think that you should check it out. I also finished on audio today, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, and everything that I said in my first check-in for this story is still the same. I've just run it through Copile and I've given it 3 stars. So I did start to enjoy it a little bit more once we hit that halfway point. I really liked that the mystery we were starting to solve, things were starting to come together. There's a lot of twists in here that I wasn't expecting. Again, there's a lot of things that I don't like within this story, but I do think that our girl with the dragon tattoo, Lisbeth, is a very likable character. I really, really liked her. She made me laugh multiple times. I really like being in her perspective. But yeah, everything that I did say in my previous check-in definitely stays the same, but I did enjoy it a little bit more, so it did get bumped up to a 3 star instead of a 2 star, which is great. So I'll definitely be picking up book 2 to just carry on with this, and I'm surprisingly happy that it came out as a 3 star. I definitely think that I won't be physically reading book 2. I'll definitely be picking up the audiobook, but that is my update. So that is 2 more books down for this readathon. I've got 2 more to go, and we'll see if I can fit in anything else. So I'll pop up the graphics so you can see. I'm pretty sure I've just completed one of the characters with a psalm of songs and silence. Let me just check. So with the Psalm of Songs and Silence, I have completed the Mummy. So all I need to do now is to post a reading wrap up, which is great. Then I've also completed the Clown, the reading prompts for the Clown, with a colourful cover for the Dragon with the Girl Tattoo, which is great. So now what I have to do is do something to bring out your inner child. So we will see when that will be. Maybe I'll do some colouring, maybe I will eat some jellies because I love jellies and they really remind me of being in my childhood. But now it is time to pick out my next book, so I'll grab the books and we will talk through and see what my next book will be. Man, this is a long clip. I grabbed my next 2 books, and this is going towards the wolf prompts. So the first prompt for the wolf is a book involving werewolves. So I've got Bride by Ali Hazelwood. No, I do need to read this first because I need to read the crescent moon before I can read the half moon. Okay, it's already decided. I'm going to be reading Bride by Ali Hazelwood. So this is Ali Hazelwood's first foray into paranormal romance. From what I can tell about this is an arranged marriage between a vampire and a werewolf. I've heard that it is smutty. I've heard that there's knotting involved, and I haven't read a werewolf book in many, many years. I used to read a lot of werewolf books back in my Wattpad days when I was like 12, 13, 14. Probably shouldn't have been on there, but yeah, so I'm just going to read the synopsis really quick, and then I'm going to start this evening. I'm very excited. Misery Lark, the only daughter of the most powerful vampire councilman of the Southwest, is an outcast again. Her days of living in anonymity among the humans are over. She's been called upon to uphold an historic peacekeeping alliance between the vampires and the mortal enemies, the Wares, and sees little choice but to surrender herself in the exchange again. Wares are ruthless and unpredictable, and their alpha low Moreland is no exception. He rules his pack with absolute authority and not without justice, and unlike the Vampire Council, not without feeling. It's clear from the way he tracks Misery's every move that he doesn't trust her. If only he knew how right he was. Because Misery has her own reasons to agree to this marriage of convenience, reasons that have nothing to do with politics or alliances, and everything to do with the only thing she's ever cared about, and she is willing to do whatever it takes to get back what's hers, even if it means a life alone in weird territory, alone with the wolf. I'm very excited. I've heard great things about this. I've loved previous Ali Hazelwood books. I've loved the Love Hypothesis and Love Theoretically by her. So if this gets a 3-star, that means I've given Ali Hazelwood 3 5-stars, which means she's become a favourite author, and I'll definitely be after reading the rest of her books. But I'm very excited to get into this one. So let's just get into some reading, because I am not doing any work. I'm too tired. Let's just come on here and have a little bit of a discussion about mental health. I have always struggled with mental health. I was diagnosed with depression and anxiety when I was 17. A lot of family stuff kind of kicked it off, and I finally spoke out about how I was feeling and everything like that. And for years now, I've been trying to deal with it. So I've been on high dosages. Now I'm on a lower dosage of 20 milligrams of fluoxetine, which is my antidepressant. And some days are harder than others. Since June, I've kind of been in this weird headspace where I'm not motivated, I'm very tired, I'm exhausted all the time, I just want to come home and curl up. Some days I really don't want to read. June was one of those months where I didn't want to read. Whereas this month, I'm in more of an escapism mode, so I want to read everything and anything that I can get my hands on. But I just wanted to come on here and talk about it a little bit, because I've been putting pressure on myself to get a lot of stuff done. And I think that normally when I get home from work after an 8-hour day, being up at 4:30, so this is how my day normally looks. Get up at 4:30, go to the gym, finish the gym at about 6:30, go to work, eat breakfast, start work. I start work at 8 and work until 4:30. Then I normally come home, either film a video, edit a video, or work on my Instagram posts. I put a lot of work in, guys, so if you want to subscribe, that'd be great. Or check out my Instagram. But I do a lot of work after work, and this week it's been a struggle to do that. So I'm just letting myself sit back and kind of relax. The only thing that I'm filming right now is this vlog, which I think is nice to just get in front of the camera and talk a little bit. But some days I don't want to do that, and that was yesterday and the day before that and whatever. But I just want to say that it's okay if you feel like you're unmotivated, you don't want to do anything. I just want you to know that mental health is always going to be a big progress. You know, you're always going to be working towards it. You're always going to be working on getting better. Some days are going to be harder than others, but don't beat yourself up over not getting something done. Like, it's not that important. You know, like getting a video up on a Tuesday, because that's when I normally schedule a video, it's not that important. It's not that crazy. I don't have a huge audience as of right now, so it doesn't really matter too much. And again, I would say even with a bigger audience, it's not that big of a deal. So I'm just trying to be a little bit kinder to myself. And this is just a reminder to you that to be kind to yourself too if you're not feeling it, because mental health sucks. And you're making itself harder on yourself if you're going to be really mean to yourself and beat yourself up over stuff. So just take your time, rest, do what you need to do to make you feel better, and do that. And that's where I'll leave off this current clip. The past 2 clips have been so long, but I thought it's just important to talk about it a little bit, because mental health is a huge thing for me, and I definitely like talking about it and kind of making people more aware of mental health issues, and I like to advocate for it. So now that my spiel is over, I'm gonna go and start reading Bride by Ali Hazelwood, and I'm very excited. Good morning. It is Saturday morning. I've just woken up. Well, not just woken up, just got out of bed. But I am reading Bride by Ali Hazelwood, and I am 248 pages in, and I am so obsessed, as you can see with the tabbing. This is very Ali Hazelwood. The humor, the tension, everything that's going on within this, just in a paranormal setting. I'm really having a great time with this. I really love Misery and I really love Low. I love the tension between them. I love that we're kind of getting hints of we're seeing this world. This world is so separated between the three main groups of people. So we've got the humans, the vampires, and the werewolves. They don't speak, they don't talk, they don't deal with each other. The vampires do their own thing, the werewolves do their own thing, and the humans do their own thing. The humans hate the werewolves and the vampires. The werewolves hate the vampires, the vampires hate the werewolves. It's a whole thing. So these two end up getting married, and then to kind of broker peace between their two species, and we're just watching them learn how to deal with each other and how to help each other with what they're doing. So there's a certain thing that Lo is trying to do and keep someone safe. He is now the new alpha, and there's a lot of things that are happening within this world that are affecting him being alpha and like putting his pack in danger. And then we're following Misery, and she is trying to find someone who has gone missing, and she's trying to figure that out. So they two start to come together to try and figure that out together, and I'm really loving it. The humor in here is top tier. I love how Lo calls her his wife constantly. I love how protective he is of her, and I'm just so excited to continue with this. I don't have much left to read, so I'm definitely going to be finishing it today. I am definitely feeling a lot better. It's finally the weekend. I have slept for a long time, and I'm definitely ready to hit the ground running with this, finish this, and then start Die For You, which I'm also very excited about. And this is also vampires, which it's just great for me. I think I need to read some more vampire books. But yeah, I'm very excited to continue reading, and I'll give you an update once I've finished or if anything else happens in between that time. I just finished Bride, and to say I'm obsessed is an understatement. I love this book so much. It was so good. I love it. Definitely 5 stars, but I don't even have to think about it putting it into my spreadsheet. 5 stars. Loved it. Stunning, beautiful. I just love Lo and Misery in this. They are so good together. I love it. Although Lo made a shitty decision, but he rectified it very quickly, which I think is good. I think that I definitely see where he came from with doing that, believing that because Misery has gone through so much loneliness and being on her own, and she doesn't really understand a love or relationships, that he was doing her a favor by not admitting certain things, which I thought was fair, but I just didn't like the way he went about it, unfortunately. But definitely 5 stars. Love it, love it. I wish this was longer, or there was a sequel or something, but I definitely can see if there is a sequel where it's going to go, and I'm very interested in that too. I really just like watching Misery grow to understand relationships and learn to care for people, and it was so good. There was quite a few shocking parts within this that I wasn't expecting. It kind of kept me on my toes the whole way through, and I really enjoyed it. So yeah, 5 stars for me. And I have to start my next book, which is Die For You. So from what I remember about this, let me go try and find the thingy, because there's actually no blurb on this. I'll go find the... I'll show you in a sec. This is what I was talking about, like the little blurb postcard thing. So this is Die For You by Lauren Jackson. This is a human searching for her sister, a grumpy vampire bodyguard in charge of keeping her alive, and a malicious creature hunting them down. What could go wrong? The survivor. The death certificate says my sister died 2 years ago in the accident, but her body was never found. I was the sole survivor, then I saw her. Someone lied. Now, I must travel across the country to find answers from a bloodthirsty vampire was one thing on his mind. I will find out the truth, even if it kills me. The Protector. I didn't mean for this to happen. I didn't mean for any of it to happen. Now Raya is here, she is mine, and I must protect her at all costs. If she dies, I die. It doesn't add up, and it's all a mess. It's my job to fix it and find my brother. She knows I'm hiding something, but I'm terrified to tell her the truth. The Predator. It's been years since I had a lead. Now I have one. I will watch, I will wait, I will strike. He will be mine. It sounds really good and I'm very excited. So this is going for the prompt of a special edition book or alternate cover. And I'm very scared because I have a feeling I'm going to love this one, but I really don't want to annotate this one, so I might have to buy another copy of just like the paperback version so I can annotate it. But it's just stunning. Like, stunning. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take the dust jacket off and I'm going to read it without the dust jacket because this is even stunning. Like, beautiful. So yeah, I'm very excited. We've got our end papers here. We've got someone stabbed with a stake over this side. And then we also have this one, which is a bit explicit, so I don't want to show it, but I'm very excited. This is my next read. It is, how many pages? Oh my gosh. 358 pages. So not bad. I definitely think that I can read it this weekend, and then we'll see if I can get any more books read for this vlog. Don't know. We'll see. Finished Die For You at 1 a.m. this morning. I devoured this book. It was so quick, so easy to read. It was very action-packed. There was a lot happening within here. Really enjoyed it. It's a 5-star read for me. Definitely worth having the special edition, and I'm very excited to see what the sequel is going to hold. So this kind of ends in a happily ever after, but with the epilogue we kind of see how it's going to lead into book 2. So there's no cliffhanger at the end, although this is very reminiscent of every vampire story that you love. You know, like, it's in this dark, dreary town, sort of like Twilight. There is certain scenes that are quite reminiscent of certain things that you have probably watched or read before, which I really loved. I loved being back in this kind of era. I've really enjoyed being back with my vampires. It's been a lot of fun. I've read 2 vampire books pretty much one after the other, which was great. So that is another prompt ticked off. So that's my special edition / alternate cover for the wolf character. And I just want to say that last night I did complete the do something to bring out your inner child prompt by going to the movies and watching Deadpool and Wolverine. It was such a good movie. I had a great time. So there is still 3 days left of this readathon. So I may as well try and go for The Raven. But that means I have to try and read a classic book or a story. And I don't know what I want to do there. Maybe I could read a short story by Edgar Allan Poe and then pick up something that is, next prompt is by an author that you love. So I'll have a think about that and let you guys know. But I have some editing to do today and some Instagram posts that I need to create and meal prep. So I'll update you when I've got an update. But yeah, another 5-star, which I'm very happy about, and I'm definitely feeling back in my reading mojo, which is amazing because it's been a little while. since I've been in my reading mojo. But I'm gonna get to editing and then we'll see where the day takes us. Good morning. Don't worry about the darkness. It is 6:45 in the morning and I am just after coming home because my partner forgot his belt. So we just came home after the gym and I'm going to be picking up Shirley Jackson's We Have Always Lived in the Castle. This is her other haunted house story, I think, or it's about a murderous family. I'm not sure what it's about, but I'm going to be listening to that on audio today, and I'll definitely be letting you know how I think about it in the afternoon when I get home, because it is quite a short one, so I'll definitely be finishing that at work today. So I'm going to turn this video off so you don't have to deal with this bad lighting, and I'll talk to you later. Good evening. It is Tuesday. So we've got one more full day of the readathon, but yesterday I didn't read the audiobook that I said I was going to read, but I did pick it up today and I listened to the whole thing today. I'm not sure on my rating, I still need to think about it, but I can't remember the title, so let me pull it up. We Have Always Lived in the Castle by Shirley Jackson. So this is the classic that's going towards the Raven character, and I found it very strange. I wasn't sure how I felt about it as we were going through. I really didn't like one of the characters, but I also found it quite whimsical and confusing in some sort of way. I don't want to talk too much about it because it will spoil it, because it is quite short, but I found the atmosphere to be quite interesting. It kept me guessing the whole way through and I was definitely intrigued. I do find that there were certain things that were quite repetitive with it, but it was okay. I think it will land about a 3-star, which is definitely better than the Haunting on Hill House. But yeah, that's all I have to say really. I'm not really sure what I'm going to be picking up for a author that you love to tick off the Raven prompt, but I got a very exciting package today. So the wonderful author L.A. McGuinness, she is a paranormal romance, vampire romance, reverse harem author. I have read her whole series, the Darkfell Vampire Clan series, and I loved it so much. I read it on Kindle Unlimited last year, loved it. All of the books pretty much got 5 stars. Loved it. And I've been interacting with L.A. McGuinness's Instagram posts and things like that, so she messaged me and said, hey, I want to send you a couple of books, what's your address? So I shot her off my address and said, don't worry too much about it, shipping from America is crazy to New Zealand, so don't worry about it. She's like, no, I'm going to send you something. And I got a massive box with $11 of her books. She sent me 11 books and I am shocked. So we got books 1 to 4 in the Shadowsend Vampire Clan with Blood Claimed, Ruthless Liege, Dark Redemption, and Eternal Legacy. Then I got books 1 to 3 in the Darkfell Vampire Clan. This is the one that I haven't read. So we've got Night Marked, Shadowbound, and Lost Kingdom. And then I got the 4 books in the Blackstone Vampire Clan. This is the series that I've read. So we've got Immortal Inheritance, Immortal Betrayal, Immortal Vendetta, and Immortal Secrets. This is a really great series. I loved it so much and I'm very excited to be rereading this one soon. But I'm definitely in my vampire era. I recently just read Die For You, obviously in this vlog, and Bride in this vlog. So I'm in my vampire era, so I'm definitely going to be picking up more vampire books soon. But also in this package I got some merch, like some goodies and stickers and stuff, so I'll show you those too. I've done a whole reel on Instagram if you want to check it out. So the first thing is we got some tarot cards with our characters. So we've got Robert Lockhart, we have Constantine Dark, my man. Then we have Logan Dean, which is the main character from the Immortal, the Blackstone Vampire Clan series. These three are. I think all of these are actually, if I remember correctly. Then we have Shane McNair, Nyx Corvanus, Ronan Deverell, and Darius Faustus. So they're the gorgeous cards. Then we've got a bunch of stickers and this cool kind of coaster that says, in a world of kings, be a queen. And we've got some stunning stickers that I am obsessed with. So this is the sticker that was holding my label, the packaging together. She like absolutely did so amazing. And then we got these stickers from the Savage is My Kingdom series. We got her business card, which is also stunning and a work of art. We got this really cool sticker that says, I still read fairy tales, they're just spicier now. And then this last little package of bookmarks and some stickers. So here's some more stickers. We've got some beautiful skulls. This one's like holographic. I got this one. It's a raven. Got this one. And yeah, that's all of them. And then we got these beautiful bookmarks. So we've got this one, which says, I never wanted a war, but I'll raise this world to the ground to save the ones I love. And then on the back, it says, this utter insanity, this endless hunger for Destin, this had to be the bond at work. I wanted to consume him, I wanted him to consume me, and I didn't care what was left of me when he was finished. Only that I wanted us to burn together. And then, in the world of kings, be a queen determined to choose her own fate, the warriors marked by darkness, and the king who will kill them all to keep the throne. I braced myself for pain, but instead his warm mouth closed over the edge of my finger, his tongue swirling around the tip. Just the brush of him against me sent a shiver of desire, at once terrifying and delightful, straight through me. My head emptied out completely as the point of his fang sunk in. We've got this one. I had everything I ever wanted, then Cain tore my world apart, but I'll fight for my kingdom, my mates, and make him regret ever coming after me. Ooh. My head whirled from the invasion of Destin's clever fingers. His teeth captured my collarbone, his fangs sinking in with the barest pinch of pain. Just that delicious pressure, coupled with his relentless touch, was nearly enough for me to implode. Nearly. And then the last one. Newly crowned vampire queen, the knight sworn to protect her and her fated mate defy the creator of the race to save her kingdom. And then the back says, I gave my mate the kiss I always dreamed of giving him, slow and sweet, the kind that said, I see you, I admire you, I would choose you all over again if given the chance. So I got absolutely spoiled by Ally McGuinness and I am in shock. Does this mean I'm like a real bookstagrammer / booktuber now that I get these amazing packages? But yes, so that is all the updates that I have. I'm going to figure out what I'm going to read for the next prompt, but it probably won't be till tomorrow because I'm in the middle of reading an arc for a book that's coming out this week that I'm very excited about. So I will catch up with you tomorrow. And that is the end of the full moon readathon. So I did read a book last night. It was Silver Foxed by Kayla Graffs. This is a smutty age gap novella, which I really enjoyed. I think I would give it 4 stars. I've read 2 of Kayla Graffs' other books and I'm very excited to read more of her backlist. But let's just go through everything else that I've read, because it has been a lot. So let me just pull up the graphics here on my phone so I can see, but to make sure that I actually... Alright, so for the mummy prompt, I read Once We Flew by Nikki Lee. I gave this 4 stars. And then I also read A Psalm of Storms and Silence by Rosanna Brown. I gave this 5 stars. Absolutely loved and adored it. And I then also posted a reading wrap up so far, so I hit the mummy character. Then we have The Clown, and I read Mr. Giggles, the Interdimensional Love Clown. That was the 14-page smutty clown novella. That was madness. Then I also read The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo by Stieg Larsson, and I also did something to bring out my inner child, and I went to the cinema. So that is the clown character collected. Then I read... for the werewolf prompt, I read Bride by Ali Hazelwood, 5 stars, absolutely loved it, obsessed. And I also read Die For You by Lauren Jackson, also gave this 5 stars, so obsessed, love it so much. And I spent time in nature, so I got the wolf character. And the last one, we have The Raven, and I don't have any physical books for this, but I read We Have Always Lived in the Castle by Shirley Jackson, and I gave this 3 stars. It was quite interesting, very... interesting, that's all I'll say. And Silver Foxed by Kayla Grass, this is a 4-star read for me. I had a great time with it. It is definitely more smut than plot, but it's still definitely a fun time. And then our other prompt was Take Time to Journal, which I did do, and that is The Raven. So I completed this readathon. I was aiming for 2 characters. I ended up getting all 4, which is very, very exciting. And I got quite a few books off my TBR, which is very, very exciting, and I definitely read my special edition, so that's a good thing too. So if you like this video, make sure you give it a like, comment down below if you took part in the full moon readathon and what you read and what characters you collected, and subscribe if you want to see more content from me. Bye!